Welcome sports fans to the Red Zone. The North Central College football team left it all out in the field Saturday evening versus Carthage College. Both teams combined for a total of 1,152 yards in the game, and the Cardinals held on to a 63-48 win in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Joining me always is the coach of the Cardinals, John Thorne. Coach, over 1,100 total yards in that game. Fireworks were going off at halftime. Fireworks were really going off this whole game.
Yeah, it never stopped. From the opening kickoff till the very last play of the game is probably one of the absolute most exciting games I've ever been a part of. Both teams made a lot of great plays, and we had to fight really hard all the way through 4 quarters to hang on to it.
Absolutely. Throughout the course of the game, both teams, it was evident, playing very hard. The game started off with the very first play from scrimmage, Aaron Fanthorpe finding Steve Lavick, the junior wide receiver, for a 42-yard gain. It was a nice catch. Followed that by a Fanthorpe 3-yard touchdown. Scott Gutierrez, he got an interception, I believe, on Carthage's first play from scrimmage. That led to a Butch Rosberg 5-yard touchdown. And then Josh McLeod and Nick Kukoc, they converge on a punt block. Kukoc recovers in the end zone for a touchdown. 18-0 with 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Cards are on top.
That was a pretty fast start to a game, and at that point, it looked like maybe we were just going to take control of the game and have it be a game that wasn't even close. But Carthage was not about to slow down, and they kept their poise. They kept doing what they do, and because we were so far ahead, I think they just said, we're not going to run the ball ever. And so they threw almost every single down.
It was interesting to watch. Carthage quarterback Evan Jones, he got started right after that 18th point was put on the board. He engineered a 7-play, 65-yard drive. It took 1.5 minutes. And the Redmen get on the board. It scores 18-7.
They can score quick. We tried to make them take more plays to score, not give up the big strike. And the defensive guys did a good job on that in many situations. We were very close to 3 or 4 more interceptions. We got 4 for the game, which is a very good day, So we had 7 turnovers. The only problem is we had trouble hanging on to the ball this week, which is not typical. We had 5 turnovers, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions.
Well, Coach, you had said right before that touchdown you really felt like the Cardinals were beginning to roll, but right after that touchdown they were rolling. Pat Malik, Steve Lavick, 2 touchdowns. Then Josh McLeod, he returns an interception, 23 yards. The game's 32-7. Cardinals looking pretty good at that point.
We got good pressure on Evan and flushed him out of the pocket, and he tried to just kind of throw the ball away, and Josh he saw it and just started breaking hard for it, made a really great pick, and he almost took it the distance. We probably needed 1 more block for him to go.
That's what he said. He and Scott Gutierrez, I think, was setting up for the block. Just didn't happen for him. Well, Evan Jones, and we talked about him, he entered the game completing 70% of his passes, one of the top passers in the country. He finished this game 47 out of 84 attempts, 562 yards, 4 interceptions, 6 TDs. Quite a performance, like you said. They were not looking to run the ball. They were throwing it all over the field, and were able to put up some points in the second half, make the game really close.
Well, they sure did. We were happy we held him under the 70% mark, but we weren't happy that we couldn't get better pressure on him. And so 49-42 at one time, real late in the game.
9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, scores 49-42.
Yeah, that got some hearts pounding.
But then Aaron Fanthorpe, when you see the quarterback on the sidelines, if the offense doesn't engineer a scoring drive, he's not happy. And he can tell that he expects to be in the end zone every single time the offense takes the field. Well, that's exactly what they did. They put together a nice long drive. Hank Johnson came up with a 9-yard touchdown. That was followed by a Kyle Haste 80-yard interception return. He is fast for a cornerback. With 2 minutes left to play, the game seemed to be in hand.
Those were really huge plays for the offense to come out and maintain their confidence, not get rattled because we've let that lead shrink down, and to march down the field and score at that time was just huge. But then to add to it, to have Kyle come through with a great play. Now, I thought he caught it and he just ran it, and we got to look at the tape, and it kind of went through his hands and it ended up stuck right. His hand was holding the ball right against his helmet, so it was close to being a drop, and instead it turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous 80-yard touchdown.
That's the truth. Anything it takes to make the play. Kyle Hayes showing it can be done out there.
Right.
Coach, in this game, very emotional game, and you were really getting going on the sidelines in this one, really coaching up the players. Like you said, this is one of the more exciting games you've ever been a part of. What kind of brought that on the sidelines to really start coaching and being really visible?
Well, sometimes you just get fired up, you know, and you try and help the players a little bit. Hopefully I didn't get too fired up and hurt any of their feelings. But my dad had gone to the hospital that week too, and I think my mind was kind of jumbled up between worrying about Dad and worrying about the game and worrying about the kids and the players. And so turned out to be a lot of fun, but it was hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, for the second straight week, this Cardinal Crusher just flat out hurts. Here's this week's. Let's take a look. Coach, this was in the second series, first quarter, and Dom here taking the pitch from Fanthorpe. He's cutting right side. We've seen this play 100 times with Dom. He's very good at finishing at the end of these runs, getting a couple extra yards. He went down, right knee injury, and it's looking like he may not be back for the rest of the year. Senior tailback, Gagliardi finalist last year. Just one of the hearts and backbones of this team.
He absolutely is, you know, and the twins, Derek and Dom, they've been the face of Cardinal football really for all 4 years. Their pictures all over campus all the time. They're in all kinds of activities. They're great students. I mean, it's just really sad for them to get to their senior season and not be able to play every game and really have fun. So we feel terrible for them. But they're both going to coach like crazy, and they're both team players, and going to still be great captains for us the rest of the year. And they're going to be outstanding, phenomenal young men out in the real world as soon as they graduate.
Well, I believe that, and I believe that they're going to be good coaches to help you guys on the sideline as well. Well, coming up this week, number 3 ranked team in the country, Wheaton College. They travel into Benedetti Worley Stadium, having lost last year to North Central College. Wheaton is kind of one of those teams that's always going to be atop the conference as long as Mike Swider's coaching that team. Yes,
Coach Swider's very good, and so is the whole rest of his coaching staff, you know, and they are, because they're such a unique school, they have a kind of a brotherhood and a closeness in their team that's really hard to match for the other people in the conference. And so in football, that tight-knit team makes a big difference on how hard you're going to play when the going gets tough. So it'll be a great game.
Coach, just like you said, they're a Christian-based school, and talking to Coach Swider, he said, we recruit nationally because they're recruiting a special type of kid. And it's like you said, that translates over into team chemistry. Some of the guys they got coming back are Rocky Ging, their running back, and Sean Norris. They're 2 top players on offense last year. Norris, he has over 15 yards passing, 15 touchdowns this year.
He's a great player. He's out of Wheat North, and we tried hard to recruit him and didn't get him. And he's just had a fantastic 4 years for him. He's also a very good punter, and so we've really got to play extremely well and not let him connect on those big long bombs. He has connected on so many long passes this year, and he can really throw it.
We'll be looking out for him on Saturday. Stay tuned, Redbird fans, as Cardinal quarterback Aaron Fanthorpe joins us to talk all things Cardinal football. We'll be right back.